Hi everyone, Diana here, and I'm sitting today with our managing partner, Sandra Ziskin, and the head of our accident benefits department, Nastassia Ivanova. And today you're going to want to listen up. If you live and drive in Ontario, we're talking about insurance changes that are taking effect July 1st, 2026. All right, Nastassia, I'm going to start with you since you're the professional in this area of accident benefits and insurance coverage and all that fun stuff.
It's a very high standard.
Yeah, it's
It's
all
Thank
good.
you, Diana.
No problem. I wanted to ask you because from what I understand, you're the one that actually brought it to my attention is that as of July 1st of 2026, this year, people, we're getting some major changes to our insurance coverage. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what are people technically covered for now under the current system?
Yeah, we really do. We are facing very big changes as of July 1st, 2026.
Okay.
I think it's important to understand what accident benefits is overall.
Yeah.
From the beginning. Like if you do get into an accident in Ontario, we have a system that's called no fault system. I'm sure that you guys discussed it many, many times.
Well, so a lot of people don't know. So just to really condense it to make it sort of understandable. The government many moons ago decided they're going to do what's called a no-fault system, which is what we heard, which is essentially not a no-fault system. But the idea was
you're never at fault for an accident.
Well, the idea was regardless of fault, you were going to get med rehab benefits, income replacement benefits, other benefits to tide you over so that it would prevent lawsuits.
Okay.
So we have a system which runs parallel with a lawsuit essentially.
Okay.
So you can apply for accident benefits. And that happens, you can apply within 30 days. So you get med rehab, you get income replacements. And the original idea behind it, was that they would provide you with a surplus of benefits, therefore a lawsuit wouldn't be necessary.
Okay.
However, as governments do over time, they've chipped away at this system periodically, slowly reducing these benefits. So they keep coming after it, reducing catastrophic benefits, reducing med rehab benefits, reducing income replacement benefits. And this, what we're dealing with now, and I'll let Nastassia talk about it a little bit more, is the latest chipping away at the accident benefit regime to save the insurance company more money. This clearly doesn't help people. It saves the insurance company more money. But this is what we do.
Don't they make like billions of dollars a
They
year?
definitely do.
So what are we doing here? Like how many more times can we chip away? So income replacement benefits if you're off of work, yeah?
Income replacement. So just so you understand, like sort of the genesis, when we started with accident benefits, you just had accident benefits. It was, you had a policy in place and you had accident benefits.
It was automatically included.
Right. And then you had med rehab benefits and then they kept chipping away. So it went from $100,000 in med rehab benefits, for example, over time to $3,500 if you are in a minor accident.
Pardon?
Yeah, it's really been chipped away. And now in the latest evolution, we are now going after income replacement benefits.
Okay, what on earth can you even get covered under $3,500? What is that, like 3 weeks of coverage, like a physiotherapy?
Actually, 3 to 6. They determined that you're in a minor injury category. Your recovery is expected within 3 to 6 months.
$3,500.
Right. So $3,500 usually covers about a month and a half of therapy, physio, massage, etc. That's all it can get you. And then after that, you either have to apply to get into a different category. It's really complicated. But so now they've taken away the majority of the medical rehabilitation benefits.
More?
They've taken away all of that.
You get $5 now in coverage, everyone.
You pay. Yeah. It's always amazing to me that you're paying like however much insurance a year. And the problem is that nobody's telling you what you're not getting. They're right. So they're just giving you the standard. The brokers are giving you the standard and they're giving you the cheapest insurance.
We talked about this with Cam before where you pay a little bit more. So you get a little bit more income replacement benefits. So you get a little bit more medical rehab. Does it still give you a little bit more?
You can pay to up any benefit.
Right.
But that's exactly what we're talking about today because the latest the latest thing that they're doing
Right.
is they're taking away income replacement benefits. Nastassia can speak to that. That's what's
else are
happening
they
in July
taking away?
1st.
What else are
Usually,
they
as of today, if you get into an accident, you do have med rehab benefits, you do have attendant care benefits, you do have income replacement benefits if you're an income earner at the time of the accident.
Right.
You do have non-earner benefits if you're not employed at the time of the
Like
accident.
a homemaker, like something like that.
Sort of, yeah. You do have a housekeeping benefit if it's optional, of course. You do have visitors' expenses.
Okay.
You do have death and funeral expenses, and that's
Automatically right now.
Yeah,
as
it's
of right now.
automatically. Of course, they do look at your injuries. They evaluate the circumstances of the accident.
Right.
But it is all included, so you could potentially get it if you're able to prove that you need it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're July 1st.
And then
What-
July 1st comes. So I think it's important to know that if you are just renewing your policy on July 1st, most of the cases, most of the insurance companies will be giving you the same coverage.
Okay.
Unless you opt out of these benefits in writing, basically saying we will automatically give you income replacement benefits for, I assume, a higher price, unless you say that you don't want this benefit. And it is my also assumption that you will basically confirm in writing that you understand the circumstances of letting go of this benefit.
Okay.
And if you get in a new policy as of July 1st, 2026, you get nothing but med rehab benefits. There will be no IRB benefit. Basically, if you get into an accident, you're not able to work, you get nothing.
You get nothing?
You get nothing.
And what else? Just income replacement?
No, benefits are no longer there. So this is a benefit that you usually get when you're not getting income. That's also gone.
Okay.
Death and funeral expenses are gone.
Wait, back up. So if you pass away in a car accident, nothing is covered anymore?
Correct.
Okay. Go on.
Correct.
Anything else? Because
housekeeping is optional. So if you get into an accident, you're not able to do any house chores around the house. That's gone. And as you know, we have a lot of people who are not able to move after the accident for months and months.
Okay. Do I still get my $3,500 in treatment?
So you can get your treatment, you can get med rehab treatment, that's still there.
Okay.
The problem is, what Nastassia is saying is correct, and the problem is that, so there's two problems. One, if you're at fault, that means there's no way for you to recover any of those benefits.
Okay.
And the second problem is, if you're not at fault, even if you're not at fault, if you're suing, lawsuits are taking 3, 4, 5 years sometimes now. We're really delayed in the courts.
Yeah.
Now, as opposed to before, you used to have income replacement benefits there to help tide you over until the lawsuit came, because that's income coming in for your family, right? For your mortgage, for all the expenses we have day to day, mortgages, etc. Now, you won't have that.
So it's just gone.
Correct.
Okay, but wait. There's got to be a solution, right? They have like
I mean, there is not even a solution at this particular moment, because our clients who are not able to move, laying in bed, who are entitled to income replacement benefits at the moment, are getting paid usually only $400 a week.
Yeah, that one we talked about.
Right?
That's
and we get
terrible.
calls every single day asking, but how am I gonna pay for food?
Right.
Okay.
Like, how can I survive for $400 a week?
Okay. And there's got to be a solution to this, though, guys. They can't just eliminate all the benefits.
I mean, the question is, what is government relying on when they're making those changes? Where would people go?
Right. So the government is not relying on, the government is just trying to save the insurance company. The insurance companies every year cry that they're not making enough money, and they find ways to cut. And the low-hanging fruit is always the accident benefits. What happens is when you go to renew your policy and we're already in a horrible recession. People do not have money. People don't have money for groceries. They don't have money for gas. So now you're going to your broker. You're asking them for insurance. You're asking them for the cheapest insurance, which is understandable because people don't have money. Now, now they're going to say, well, if you opt out of this benefit, you're going to get $500 saving. That's a lot of money for people. $500 savings is a lot of money for people. They'll say, sure. Then they get into an accident, and then they have nothing to supplement. Even the $400 a week, which was capped out before, so $1,600 a month, it's not a huge amount of money, but it's something.
Yeah.
And it's something to tide you over when there's a lawsuit or something else pending.
Right.
Now, if you opt out, you get nothing. So now now
at the very basic, it's just like if I hit somebody and then I'm at fault, and then that will that at least cover me? Like if I'm at fault for an accident,
no,
somebody tries to sue me?
If you're at fault, it will cover you for liability.
Okay.
It will cover you for liability. But this is all about what happens, not in those cases. Well, what it happens here is when you are injured, when you were injured, either fault or not at fault, you cannot work. You've now gotten in a horrible accident. You cannot work. You cannot support your family. So now you have to figure out how to support my family. You used to have this benefit, and Nastassia is right. $400 a week wasn't a lot, but it was something. And now they're going to give you an opt-out option, which a lot of people will do because it's cheaper.
Right.
But then you get into an accident and realize, oh crap, how am I going to get money? So what am I going to do? Social assistance, ODSP. That's what you have to look at. That's your only options to tide you over.
And by the way, to apply for those benefits, not only that you need to meet a certain
like other social programs that the
government.
it
takes time.
Yeah,
it takes time. It's not something that you apply today and you get an answer tomorrow. Right. You want to eat all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all food. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And most of our clients are providers for the family, financial providers. Right. Like you have a husband. And by the way, that also influences their recovery.
100%.
Right? Somebody who sustained very serious injury, but very well supported for a couple of months has way better chances of very quick, stable recovery than somebody who cannot buy their children food.
Right.
That is so tragic. Okay, everyone, we cannot reiterate this enough. If you live in Ontario, drive in Ontario, as of July 1st of 2026, there are going to be major changes to your insurance policy. You will need to opt in to get certain benefits covered in the event that you are injured, catastrophically injured, or somebody in your family is injured in your vehicle. Very important that you speak with your broker, speak with somebody who's in the industry like Sandra or Nastassia. They know the industry. They know what they're talking about. Speak to whoever you know about what the changes mean for you and for your family. It's very important that you speak with a knowledgeable broker who can explain what's going to be occurring as of July 1st of 2026. Again, I cannot reiterate this enough. If you drive in Ontario, if you live in Ontario, get the proper coverage.